Warning: this horror story contains themes of violence and may be disturbing to some readers. It was a cold, dark night in December when the Johnson family moved into their new home. It was a large, old house that had been vacant for years, and they had bought it at a bargain price. They were excited to start their new life in this beautiful house, but little did they know that it had a dark history. As they began to settle in, strange things started to happen. Doors would creak open on their own, and footsteps could be heard coming from the empty rooms upstairs. The family brushed it off as their imagination, but things soon got worse. One night, the family was awakened by the sound of glass breaking. They rushed downstairs to find that the kitchen window had been shattered, and there was a large rock on the floor. They assumed it was just kids playing pranks, but the incidents kept happening. The family members began to feel uneasy in the house. They would hear strange whispers in the middle of the night, and the atmosphere felt heavy and oppressive. They tried to ignore it, but the fear was starting to consume them. One evening, as the family sat down for dinner, they heard a loud banging on the front door. When they opened it, there was no one there, just a cold gust of wind that sent shivers down their spines. They closed the door and locked it, but the banging continued. As the night wore on, the banging grew louder and more violent. Suddenly, the door burst open, and a figure appeared in the doorway. It was a man, his face twisted into a grotesque expression of rage. He was covered in blood, and his eyes were filled with an intense hatred. The family tried to run, but the man was too fast. He chased them through the house, wielding a large knife. They finally managed to escape through the back door, but not before the man caught up to them and inflicted deadly wounds. The police arrived at the scene and found the Johnson family brutally murdered. The man who had killed them was never caught, and the house was left abandoned once again. Years later, people still speak of the Johnson family and the horrors that took place in that house. Some say that the ghost of the killer still haunts the house, seeking revenge on anyone who dares to enter. To this day, the house remains a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk in the most unexpected places.